All right, I'm here with Brian Golden. Now, Brian is a fellow reporter here at the Dodgers. He covers the Angels and football, NFL football, everything. All right, Brian had a bobblehead made. Now, Brian, I want you to tell the story of your bobblehead that you had that was made for you.
Well, the Lancaster Jethawks of the California League, and we had a lot to do with bringing California League baseball, our newspaper, Maria, to the Antelope Valley. They had their 50th anniversary, so they had the Heroes of the Hangar bobblehead series this year. So last year they snuck me into their Hall of Fame without letting me know about it. I didn't get to give an acceptance speech. So I said, okay, when this thing happened, this is going to be my acceptance speech. So I organized a national ballot stuffing incident, election fraud episode that would make Acorn blush. If you notice, Acorn went out of business rather than competing with us. Yes. And I won this thing last December, and on July 7th, I had my bobblehead night.
Okay, now let's open the bobblehead, Brian, because we want to see the bobblehead. Now, do you think, of course, I have to ask all the Dodgers when they get their bobbleheads, does it look like them? So the question is if it looks like you.
No, it's a witness protection program bobblehead, which is good. I like that. You know, I used to use the column picture from 1991 for almost 20 years. And people said, that's not what you look like. I said, I know, that's the point. I don't want people walking up to me or rolling up on me on the road. So this is my bobblehead. This is a gift for Maria because she is the princess of the press box.
That's so sweet, Brian, thank you.
It looks nothing like me. Looks like Captain Kangaroo.
Right. It looks a lot like you.
No way.
It's pretty close. It's better than some of the ones.
Let me explain the pose here. A few years ago, I came home from a Dodger game at 1 o'clock, and the Jethawks were getting smoked, and they were really falling asleep. The fans were somnambulant. So I jumped on the dugout and led them in the chicken dance. So that's what this is mid-flap of the chicken dance. So that's what that pose is.
No, Brian, it's kind of a big honor here because not everybody gets a bobblehead made after them. So this is very exciting.
Maria, I cannot believe how many people have made such a fuss. Jaime Hareen approached me in spring training and asked me for one, a Hall of Famer. And it really is amazing what a big deal it is to people. So, you know, if they want to have some fun with it, that's fine. But we definitely want the princess of the press box in Southern California to have one.
Well, I am very honored to have the Brian Golden bobblehead, and
it's no likeness at all. No,
it's exactly like him. It's amazing.
Look. No, doesn't look the same at all. Right? You just he agrees with me too. Now, if you look like me, you'd be bobbing your head right now, right?
No, but see, when we take the little wrap off,
he can't even bobble his head, but he can shake his head. See that? It doesn't look like me at all. So the Witness Protection Program bobblehead.
All right, now, before I let Brian go, Brian and I are very big NFL fans, and of course, the breaking news today that really isn't news yet because we really don't know, but is he retiring? Somebody got a text that Brett Favre is going to retire. Brian, I don't believe it.
Well, right now in Mankato, they are very nervous with the Minnesota Vikings that they think that the reason he had the surgery was not to come back and play this year, but just so that he could play with his grandchildren and be able to move around.
Well, playing is playing now, right?
No, but I mean, so he could be ambulatory in his retirement. So if that happens, this would be very interesting for us in Southern California because the Vikings are trying to get a new stadium. If they get to the Super Bowl, it's going to happen. If they don't, they might be in a match race with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills to come out and play at Ed Roski's new stadium in City of Industry. So this is how the context affects us here in Southern California. But Maria, as you know, whatever happens, the National Football League season, you will hear about it on Sports USA Radio Network, of which I'm the studio host, and we'll have Terrell Owens' debut at the Cincinnati Bengals on September 12th, followed.
Anywhere that Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco are together, I will be because that's going to be an amazing moment.
And followed by Pete Carroll's debut, return to the NFL against the San Francisco 49ers. So we have that doubleheader September 12th.
Okay. And as far as Brett Favre goes, I think that we should wait to see if he actually does appear in the very first game because that's when we'll know for sure if he's retiring or not.
Yeah, he could show up the night before, and Brad Childress would say, wherever you need me to go pick you up at the airport, I'll be there.
Exactly, he will. And he'll say, you know what, we had your uniform clean just in case you're coming back.
That's exactly right.
It'll be hanging in the closet waiting for him. So we'll see what happens.
That's right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and it's at least it helps pass the time until your Cowboys kick off their season.
That's right, and actually win the Super Bowl in their own stadium, which is the first time it will ever have been done. So Jerry Jones, we'll see you in camp. All right, Brian, thank you.
Thank you, Maria. It's an honor to be on your program.